So you're walking into the audition room feeling super confident because of how well prepared you are. You've got your lines all memorized, you've made some awesome choices, and you're just ready to rock it. But right before you start, they throw a curveball at you and ask, "So, tell me about yourself." Do you want to know why they ask you this question? Do you want to know what you should say and what you definitely shouldn't say? I'll tell you the answers in just a sec. Hey guys, it's Kurt from smallmarketactor.com. In this video, I'll be talking about how to deal with the dreaded "tell me about yourself" question. I remember the first time I was asked this question in an audition, and I was totally caught off guard by it. The audition was for a commercial for a home improvement product, and as I walked into the audition room, I was running the lines one last time in my head to make sure I had them down when one of the clients said to me, "So, Kurt, tell me about yourself." Huh? Oh, I like sandwiches. Okay, so my actual response probably wasn't quite that bad, but it was still pretty bad. And here's what really sucked. Not only was I totally unprepared for that question and had no idea how to answer it, but the whole situation threw off my entire audition because I was so in my head about the stupid "tell me about yourself" question. Needless to say, I did not book the job. So in order to help you avoid making the same mistake I did, I'm going to share with you everything that I've learned since about why that question is asked and what you should and definitely shouldn't say in response. While it may seem vague and meaningless to you, there are actually a number of reasons why a casting director, a director, or a client might ask you, "Tell me about yourself" in an audition room. So here are the top 3 reasons. 1, they want to get a sense of your personality. Casting decisions aren't made on the basis of acting ability alone. Clients are also looking at the real person they'll be working with on set. So a big reason why this question is asked is to strike up a conversation with you to make sure that you're a nice person to be around and you aren't a total nutcase. 2, they want to see if your personality translates to the camera. Guess what? Even though this isn't part of your actual audition, they'll be recording your answer to this question. Why? Because your ability to look comfortable, natural, and real on camera, even in an unscripted situation like this, will be a big factor in their decision. Sometimes on a shoot, the director will ask the actors to improvise some dialogue. They need to see that you're not going to totally freeze up if that happens. 3, they want to see you tell a story. Actors are storytellers. Whether you're in a play, a movie, a TV show, or even a commercial, you're telling a story of some kind. So if you're able to show them that you can tell an entertaining or compelling story of your own, it will give them much more confidence that you're the right person to tell their story. Okay, now that we know why you're being asked the "tell me about yourself" question, let's talk about how to answer it. Now, I can't tell you exactly what to say because this is a personal question that you're going to have to answer based on your own life, but I can give you a few general tips. First, talk about something you're genuinely enthusiastic and passionate about. Your energy will be contagious and will get them excited about your audition. And more importantly, it's going to look a lot better and a lot more interesting on camera to see somebody with some life in them rather than someone who just stands there and says, "Hi, my name's John Doe, I'm 45 years old, I'm married, and I live in Omaha." Boring. Be enthusiastic and interesting and you will be remembered for it. Look, even better, have a great and funny story to tell. Listen, these people have been sitting in that casting room for hours watching boring audition after boring audition. If you can get them to laugh and break up the monotony, you will stand out. Also, don't forget to smile. If your story isn't laugh out loud funny or super interesting, just a smile alone will bring up the energy. Okay, before we end this video, let me briefly mention some things that you should definitely avoid talking about. First, avoid anything negative. Don't talk about how you just got a speeding ticket or your dog needs to have surgery. Look, even if you're really passionate about your dogs, it's just going to bring down the energy in the room. Second, avoid showing desperation. Saying things like, oh, you guys won't be disappointed in me. If you cast me, I'll be very reliable and I'll always be on time and I'm really great at learning my lines and I love acting. Look, stuff like that reeks of desperation and it's just not attractive. Third, avoid talking about acting. They already know you're an actor. They have your headshot and your resume right there in front of them and you're in their audition, for crying out loud. So show them that you're not just an actor, that you have a life outside of acting. And finally, avoid babbling. Keep it short and to the point. Don't take up their entire day. You may have a super interesting story to tell, but they still have a job to do and other actors to see. So if you've got a great 5-minute long story to tell, shrink it down to the Cliff's Notes version and give them that. Alright, so hopefully now you won't be caught completely off guard like I was when someone asked you the dreaded "tell me about yourself" in an audition. Alright, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up right over here and leave me a comment too. I'd love to hear about the first time you were asked "tell me about yourself" and how you responded.